back once again with another action figure review video. It's me, Avionics. Welcome back to my channel. Now, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and ringing that bell. So in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the new NECA Ultimate Bare Blood Feral Predator. Now, this is currently a Target exclusive, and I believe you can find him for international orders at the Haulathon website, which is costumes.com. So you can find these at Target right now, and possibly the app or the internet, but for the most part you're gonna find him inside the store. But here is the awesome outer sleeve packaging. So it's a clear and translucent blood effect to the outer sleeve, making it look like it's drenched and dripping all the way around. And this one was the only prey left, and this part of the sleeve broke. That's okay, because I'm not keeping the box. I am taking him out and putting him on display. And if you can make it out, there is the barcode if you're trying to search for him. And there we have a kind of decent glimpse of our sculptors and the rest of the NECA team who's responsible for getting us this feral predator. And we do have some, it's hard to see, some instructions on how to replace the mandibles, right arm blade installation, and attach the backpack magnetically, and the belt hook holds collapsed comb stock. So there's no traditional opening front flap to show off the figure and accessories, so we're gonna just have to slide the sleeve off. Oh, it was taped on. But here is the figure. Now you can actually see him and all the accessories inside. A little bit more blood wash going down, and then a cool advertising shot of the figure itself. All right, let's go ahead and open him up now. So this is the insert inside and behind the clamshell, which is really cool. So it actually was sitting like this with the clamshell right here. But this is a nice little bloody backdrop of the forest and the lake. And then on the back is an actual pretty cool photo of the predator. Alright, so Bare Blood Feral Predator is all out, and all the accessories. So by default, coming out of the box is his head sculpt, which shows an open mouth mandible, and it's removable, so there's a total of 3, but this is the sculpt of the wide open mouth of this predator, which looks amazing, showing off all 4 large fangs in the corners, and then the inside of the mouth. And everything on this predator from like the torso up is primarily covered in the bear blood that he fought in the movie. That's why it's called Bare Blood Feral Predator. But yeah, this is all blood from the bear, and the blood everywhere on the hair, on the body looks amazing. And then right here, the forehead or the top of the skull is removable. And check out the sculpt of that. And it's just gonna sit right on top of like the skull area right there. So it doesn't really just peg in there, just, oh yeah, I guess it does, you just heard it. Oh, okay, so ooh, these 2 little bumps I saw right here on the sides, you can see it, one here and one there. It's hard to see on the camera, but it kind of grabs onto the top of his noggin, kind of hooking right into that on that side, and then right there. So then it just snaps on. Well, it didn't make that snap sound right there, but yeah, that's how that looks. And then we have this closed jaw or mandible mouth, and this T-peg is how these sit into the head. So we're going to remove it here shortly, but here is the sculpt of the closed mouth. Looks really good. Sculpt of all the teeth looks amazing. The blood wash all over. And then we have a semi-open mandible or mouth jaw piece where it's open up a little bit more, and then you can see some depth inside the mouth. And then there's the back. This one actually has a number 2 engraved, but it's actually, yeah, it says number 1 on this one. So I'm assuming the one attached to the heads says 3. So let's go ahead and remove it out of its peg hole. So you just grab it right here, and there we go. So here is this wide open mouth sculpt. And yes, it does say the number 3 right there. And on the back again, like that. And then let's take a close-up look of the head and just trying to get him. There you go. There we go. There's the T peg. So if we want to swap in like the closed one, there we go, without the helmet. And then with the helmet, if that's what you want to call it. So there you go. So closed mouth, closed mandible. Okay, let's go ahead and swap in the number 2 mouth, which is the semi-open mouth. So you can easily swap those in and out. NECA did a good job of making that plug in easily. And then by default, he does have these hands out of the packaging. Fashion hands, if I want to call it. Fingers all splayed out. So there's the right, and you can see how bony his hands look. And these articulate side to side. And then the left one looks good too. Sculpt of all the nails and all the details looks good. And then he does have gripping hands for when he's holding his spear. So there's the articulation point. There's a good shot of the details of the bones on the back of the hand. Oh, actually, these are fists. This one is a fist, sorry. But yeah, the detail of the black and all the reds, the deep reds, look really good. So he's got a right and a left fist. Here's the left fist. Same thing, pretty much, just the left hand. And then here are the gripping hands. So a total of 6 hands, 3 pairs. So a right gripping hand, articulating side to side as well. Look at those nails, looks really good. And then here's the left hand that can grip. And then he's going to come with 2 claws that attach to his right forearm. There's the back piece, and this is the end that would peg in. Show you here shortly, but detail and sculpt look good. I feel like this could snap in half easily, so just be careful with that. The detail, if you can see it here, right there, looks really good. Look at that. Both sides. Nice. So there's 2 of those. And then over here on the arm is where, on the sides of the forearms, really. Right here. It's kind of hard to see because it's so dark and everything. Okay, there's one. And then on the other side, right here, just like that. So yeah, so that's how that looks with the claws in. And then we have his backpack, or med kit, whatever you want to call it, which actually has a magnet on the back. So there's going to be a magnet on the back of the body. Right, it should be over his left shoulder. And it's gonna, there you go, stick just like that. So it's right over here, left shoulder blade. But the sculpt of this looks really cool. It has a darker red at the top, and then as it goes down, it's like the blood is thinning out a little. And it is a translucent clear white to emulate the camouflage of the predator. We have 2 hooks here. So careful of those. On the back of the clamshell in a little baggie are these hooks. And where these hooks go is right on the back of his underwear on the backside. And this is where he can stow away his retracted or collapsed spear. Clip it on over. There you go. So here is the spear. Speaking of the spear. So here's how it looks when it's in its collapsed form. It's all covered in blood. And black wash throughout, pointy, careful. So with the hooks in place, as you can see, you can stow away his spear right. Hard to do. There you go. Well, there's one hook hooked onto it. So there you go. It's on both hooks, and that's how you would stow it away in this position if you want him not holding onto it. But I'm gonna go ahead and take those off. So then here is the spear when it's in its extended form. Now there's 2 pieces. We have the tip, which is translucent and covered in blood, and here's the serrated edges, and then the camouflage part, and then this is the back of the spear, which is in the transparent clear camouflage form, and it just pegs together like this. And that's pretty much all the accessories. Taking a closer look at the figure himself, I'm going to go ahead and remove his mandible for now so we can take a closer look at the detail of what's behind the mouth and the hair. So this is all soft, and you know, it feels reminiscent to the other Predator figures, which I will bust out here shortly to have them stand side by side compared to. If you lift up here, you can see like these other smaller hairs on the upper back, which look really cool and kind of freaky. But yeah, this is supposed to be the camouflage body, emulated as transparent, clear plastic with blood dripping all over, primarily the top of his body and dripping down over his armor, on the forearm armor and everything. So I don't have a regular feral predator to compare him to. I'm still going to be looking out for that one. I haven't seen any feral predators at any targets, but yeah, he's definitely on the list. And then going down, you can see all the innards of the articulation points, which is really cool to see. But you know, even though it's supposed to be all clear, you're not gonna be able to help it if you're gonna try to pose him. But whatever, it gets the point across, right? And then so the blood trickles down less and less as you go down, and showing some spatter on his feet. But the sculpt looks really cool. You still get all the details and textures, and he does have peg holes on the bottom. As far as articulation goes, so far while just playing around with him and like going through all the parts, I could already feel how much smoother these joints are compared to previous Predator figures. Feels a lot smoother and not so tight. Like I feel like it glides easier and even a ratcheting feeling here at the elbow. But so far the joints feel really good compared to the previous Predators. So here is how his head can articulate. There is a neck joint and then a top of the neck joint for the head. So he's going to be able to move his head and neck really good. And then arms. Oh, so these do have that gummy feel to it. And there's the peg for that if you want to see. But yeah, it just pegs right in. And then it's going to be able to swivel at the bicep right there. But what I was trying to do is raise his arms up as laterally as possible, showing off about 90 degrees of motion right there. And he does have 2 pins showing off at the elbows to get that double articulation, showing off more than 90 degrees. He also has swiveling at the forearm right above the armor. And these hands, they all, you know, do the regular 360 degrees, and all hands are swiveling side to side. And then as far as a forward crunch, like that, back crunch, pretty good. And then we have the waist rotation and a bit of that. Splits. Kicking all the way forward, not so much. All the way back. You can really see the innards and the articulation right there. Looks kind of robotic. And then we do have some swiveling at the top of the thigh, bottom of the pelvis. And then I see 1 pin at the lower part of the knee, but it does have double articulation. No boot cut, but we do have ankle rotation and hinging up and down. All right, so here's a shot of the closed mouth on him and fists and the claws. And here's a shot of him with the gripping hands, holding the spear in its extended form, and then the semi-open mandible sculpt, helmet back on, and the fingers are really soft enough to be able to just bend out of the way so he can grip his spear. But yeah, looks really good. All right, so standing him straight up, he measures at exactly 9 inches, which is very tall for a NECA action figure of this Predator. All right, so here we have our Predator sandwich with other Predator figures. These are all NECA figures that I am standing side by side with him. And here is RoboCop and Jungle Dutch. And then here he is with Leonardo from Secret of the Ooze. And we have Michael Myers. So once again, you can find this NECA Ultimate Bare Blood Feral Prey Predator action figure at Target right now. Good luck hunting, but he is going to cost that ultimate price of $36.99. Like I said, I'm still on the lookout for regular Feral Prey Predator. But yeah, this figure looks really cool, showing off the camouflage emulated with using clear, semi-transparent or translucent plastic. Only complaint is that you can see the hinging and articulation. I think it would have been a good idea if they made the articulation points inside the legs using that same translucent plastic. That way we can't even see it because now it's all the same, clear color. But yeah, the sculpt and the detail of this, all the hair, the skull, the mandibles look really good. The accessories I think are enough because we have 3 mouth expressions or mandibles that we can easily swap in and out. Yeah, the skull or bony helmet on top is removable. The magnetic backpack is really cool. That way I don't have to fight a peg into a hole with all that hair around them. And showing off the collapsed spear is really cool, along with the extended version, which is also in that translucent camouflage appearance. But yeah, this figure looks really cool. It's gonna look good with my other Predators on their little display along with Jungle Dutch. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed watching this video, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button. Leave all your comments and thoughts down below as usual. And once again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified of new reviews like this. Thanks for watching, guys.